It's the unsung heroes who are the real heroes. The faceless peons who do most of the work. This guy didn't, but the union made us have him here. Just cause. Give it up, everyone, for an X-Wing pilot.
Hey, everybody, make some noise for our Master of Ceremonies, Intergalactic Al Borland, everyone. George, thank you for creating so many iconic characters that gave us a huge insight into the depths of your racism. I am an X-Wing pilot. We don't always wear orange. This is a formal occasion. I don't have my helmet because after the Battle of Endor, a key portion of the battle plan was to turn all military headgear into a giant xylophone. I'm so glad, by the way, that Princess Leia could be here. I mean, she's so busy. I don't know how she could find the time, what with being captured and all the incest you have. Seriously, you are the most captured character in the series. There are 3 movies and you get captured 3 times. In 6 hours of screen time, you spend 5 hours and 45 minutes as a prisoner. You were captured by a Teddy Ruxpin. People should stop calling her Princess Leia Organa and start calling her Princess Stockholm Syndrome. When Obi-Wan Kenobi talks about a wretched hive of scum and villainy, I think we all know that he's not talking about Mos Eisley, he's talking about Leia's snatch. It's okay, I'll get him back. Lando Calrissian is here because it wouldn't be a show in downtown Columbus without a visit from a slumlord. Way to sell out your friends, you traitorous piece of shit. You're like Don King if he had better hair and was from space. Han Solo, ladies and gentlemen. Han Solo. A man so ugly that when he asked a woman out on a date, she was so repulsed that she decided she'd rather fuck her own brother. Han, I think we can all set the controversy to rest. Everyone knows that it wasn't Greedo that shot first, it was you. Han shot first, and of course Han shot first, because his blaster work, much like his ejaculation, is always premature. Obi-Wan Kenobi's last words, of course, were, "If you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine." And he was right, because in my experience, a pile of dirty laundry is more powerful than most Jedis. Dude, in your prime, you could have been banging Queen Amidala on the regular, and you lost that piece of tail to a child slave whose claim to fame was handing out blowjobs to Toydarian junk dealers. By the way, Luke, Watto tells your dad hello. Boba Fett. You're the child clone of Jango Fett, the bounty hunter that all stormtroopers are cloned from. If stormtroopers inherited their marksmanship from your father, it's no wonder he got his head chopped off by Samuel L. Jackson. Statistically speaking, for every 100 shots they fired, they may have struck 1 rebel soldier. You shouldn't be a bounty hunter, you should be a stain on the floor of a clinic. They're the worst shots in the galaxy. It's a miracle your father was able to hit the cup. Emperor Palpatine, or as I like to think of you, the other possible timeline of Earth if Donald Trump wins the presidency. Emperor, how is it you look less like Dan Montour right now than you do in the movies? Also, you built the Death Star, a hugely expensive space station that destroyed 1 planet and then was destroyed by a single shot from a dinky little X-Wing starfighter. And then in your infinite wisdom, you built a second one, because I guess you thought lightning couldn't strike twice. That is pretty terrible thinking for a man who can literally shoot lightning out of his hands. By the way, the second Death Star was just fiscally irresponsible. Who was your economics advisor? Liz Lesner? It's okay, I'll get back to the incest jokes soon. J.J. Abrams, you're great. You're awesome. The only thing I'd change about you is like give me a season 6 of Fringe, because like season 5 ended week. You're great. I think you should just keep doing what you do. Just don't pull a Bryan Singer and fuck an underage prostitute. fuck is Steven Spielberg doing here? You have nothing to do with Star Wars. You weren't even a production assistant. I mean, yeah, you introduced George Lucas to John Williams, but that's like saying we should cast a heroin dealer to give a eulogy for Whitney Houston. The remakes were your fault. Admit it. You're an enabler. That's all you are. Luke Skywalker, hero of the rebellion. Moisture farmer, sister fucker. We're here to roast you, but not in the same manner that Obi-Wan roasted your father. My guess is that your family doesn't vacation much in Hawaii, Iceland, or anywhere there are really active volcanoes. By the way, your dad instigated the deaths of most of the Jedi, and in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, your son is responsible for instigating the Second Galactic Civil War. And that one time, you kind of helped Uncle Ben get murdered, so I guess it's true, talent does skip a generation. You are so whiny. You are so, but I want to go to the Tashi station to pick up power converter. There's so much sand in your vagina. When R2-D2 plots a course there, someone just goes to Tatooine. Yeah, that one was weak. What is moisture farming? What is moisture farming? Is that Outer Rim slang for collecting Twilight pussy juice? What is moisture farming? On Hoth, your big plan to take down the AT-AT was to wrap its legs so it tripped and fell over. Where did you learn that piece of combat? The Art of War with Benny Hill? And there's that time that everyone says that you got captured by a wampa, or as you keep referring to it, my big X. Hey, remember that time you tricked a bunch of children wearing teddy bear costumes into thinking your robot was really magic? Such responsible use of the Force, bro. By the way, the Force has changed you. Like in A New Hope, you were all brash and cocky, you were eager for new things, but you were frustrated how hard the Force was to use. But by the time Return of the Jedi came around, you were talking to the Emperor like a hipster in a coffee bar, upset that they didn't have gold mesh filters. What was that you said to the Emperor? Your overconfidence is your weakness. You should have just said, I mostly do street photography and listen to Cantina bands. You call yourself a Jedi Knight, but you didn't even complete your training. Your constant whining killed the last Jedi Master in existence. I think his last words were, when 900 years old you are, up with pussy-ass whining I will not put. You are such a pussy that you make the Sarlacc pit look like a belly button. By the way, there's been a few jokes about Luke having sex with his sister, and I would say that Luke Skywalker rides a woman the same way he rides a speeder bike. Hard, fast, and face first into a tree. You are a whiny, ineffective star pilot who only succeeded by a combination of luck and sorcery, and the most impressive thing you've ever done is your sister. Thank you. Good night.